Born into a powerhouse of Jamaican musical talent, Spanner Banner, christened Joseph Anthony Bonner, carries a reputation that's striking less for scandal than for quiet resilience. Still, the few moments of controversy that touched his public life helped shape the man and the music he would become. In 2014, a single, symbolic decision rippled through reggae circles. He cut off his 14-year-old dreadlocks. In a culture where locks are deeply entwined with Rastafarian identity and spiritual commitment, the move sparked debate. He insisted it wasn't a rejection of faith, but a personal reset, his way of drawing closer to God after seasons of inner struggle. Around the same time, whispers of rivalry with his famous brothers drifted through the industry. He consistently shut those rumors down, tracing the family's unity back to a childhood spent crowded into a one-room home where jealousy didn't have room to grow. Earlier still, he spoke candidly about the bruising realities of major labels, being dropped, regrouping, and learning to stand on his own terms, less a scandal than a public lesson in survival. Those lessons began far from the spotlight, in the rural hills of Rock Hall, St. Andrew, where he was born, on 6 February 1959, a date most Jamaican music archives stand by, despite later discrepancies. He was one of 11 children raised by Violet and Ivanhoe Bonner, in a home where music wasn't a luxury, it was the family language. Several of his brothers would go on to define eras of reggae and dancehall, Pliers of the duo Chakademus and Pliers, the Roots revivalist Richie Spice, and fellow artists Snatch a Lion and Shepherd Bonner. In that crowded house, competition gave way to camaraderie. His voice found its first audience early. At 9 years old, he sang at a school concert, discovering that melody could be a way out and a way back to where he came from. He sharpened his craft on the Bidia sound system in St. Andrew in the late 1980s, treating those nights as his real classroom. Along the way, he studied the smooth phrasing of Nat King Cole, the aching sincerity of Sam Cooke, the swagger of Frank Sinatra, and the spiritual fire of Bob Marley, a blend that would become his signature, tender, melodic, and rooted in reggae's emotional core. His breakthrough came in 1989 with Life Goes On, produced by Winston Riley for the Techniques label. Soon after, his pen helped lift a global hit, Tease Me, for his brother Pliers and the duo Chakademus and Pliers, quietly stamping his influence on 1990s pop reggae crossover. A major label deal with Island Jamaica followed, bringing international attention through albums like Now and Forever and Chill, the latter shaped by the legendary production team Sly and Robbie. Songs such as Universal Love and Michelle cemented his reputation for smooth vocals and romantic songwriting. The years that followed were less about chasing charts and more about building longevity. He collaborated with dancehall heavyweights Sean Paul, Lady Saw, and Tanya Steffens on Real Love, spent time in England refining his sound, then returned home to Jamaica to be honored with a Biggest Comeback Artist Award in 2010. The next year, he founded Bonner Yard Productions, choosing independence after learning the hard edges of the industry. Offstage, he has kept his private life largely private, though his engagement in 2013 to media personality Susie Q signaled a quieter chapter grounded in stability. The themes of loyalty and love that run through his catalog mirror the values he credits to that childhood home, where 11 siblings learned to share space, dreams, and the spotlight. After more than 3 decades in music, Spanner Banner's story reads less like a tale of controversy and more like one of persistence. The few moments of public debate around him only underlined what his career suggests, a singer shaped by faith, family, and the long, patient work of turning heartbreak into harmony.